My mother-in-law locked me in a bathroom. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. While I was giving birth in the middle of a family wedding, all because a baby girl could not steal the bride's day. But the secret she confessed afterward destroyed everyone. If your baby is born today, you are going to ruin my daughter's wedding. That was the last thing my mother-in-law said to me before taking my phone and locking me in the venue bathroom. My name is Marisol. I'm 29 years old. And 2 weeks ago, my firstborn daughter, Kalima, was born. I should be living the happiest day of my life, surrounded by diapers, sleepless nights, and that strange emotion of looking at baby and thinking, my God, she came out of me. But every time I close my eyes, I go back to that cold bathroom, to the soaked dress, to the pain splitting me in two, and to Dano Elena's voice saying I could not steal in the spotlight from her daughter. My husband, Dagno, is 30. He is a good man, hardworking, the kind who still believes family should be protected, even when it hurts. My mother raised him and his 2 sisters, Valera and Sophia. After his father left, that's where Dago always had infinite patience with her. Dano Elena was bossy, dramatic, controlling. Even someone did not do what she wanted, she cried, shouted, or played the victim. I tried to keep my distance because ever since Dago and I got married, she had never fully accepted me. Valera, on the other hand, was a different story. Sweet, direct, cheerful. She was going to marry her boyfriend, Andres, in a beautiful venue in Dapopa. When she asked me to be a bridesmaid, I happily accepted. But months later, I found out I was pregnant and had to tell her I would not be able to handle all the responsibilities. Valera did not get angry. On the contrary, she hugged me and said, "You take care of yourself. My wedding is not more important than my niece." Donna Elena, however, changed towards me from that day on. She looked at me as if my pregnancy were a personal offense. Even so, I went to the wedding because Valera asked me to. I was already hunched with swollen feet, swollen and feeling unwell, but I wanted to be there for her. Shortly before the ceremony, I felt a strong pain. I went upstairs to the bedroom to breathe. Then my water broke. I panicked. I leaned on the sick and saw Dana Elena appeared at the door. I handed her my phone with trembling hands. "Call Dago. The baby is coming." She looked at me. She looked at the wet floor, then at my belly, and pressed her lips together. No, the ceremony starts in 10 minutes. I thought she did not understood. I begged her. I told her I needed a hospital, that it was not a tantrum. Then she came closer, took my phone from me, and gently pushed me inside. Hold it in for an hour. Today is Valeria's day. She locked the door. I pounded, screamed, cried. The wedding music drowned out my voice. No one came upstairs. No one heard me. I was left alone, in labor, looked away as if my life and my daughter's were an inconvenience. And when I felt my legs stop responding, I understood that maybe we would get out of there alive. I could not believe what was about to happen. Lie down onto the cold bathroom floor, my dress soaked, my hands shaking, uncontrollable. I screamed again, louder this time, but the music from downstairs only grew louder. Cheers, applause, laughter, a wedding. While I was fighting to survive, then suddenly, a sharp, overwhelming pressure. I knew the baby was not waiting anymore. I can't do this alone. I cried, my voice breaking into the empty room. But there was no one, no nurse, no doctor, no husband, just me and my baby. Another contraction hit, harder than anything before, and I screamed as my baby pushed with a force I could not control. And then a cry, soft at first, then louder, alive. My baby was alive. Tears flooded my eyes as I looked down, my hands trembling as I lifted her carefully. My baby, my little girl. I sobbed, holding her close against my chest. Camilla, you made it. But I was weak, dizzy. The room was spinning. Help! Somebody, please! I whispered, my voice barely genuine. And just as everything started to fade back, the door burst open. It was Dago. Behind him were two staff members and a terrified-looking Valeria still in her wedding dress. Dago rushed to me, his face turning pale as he saw the blood, the flood, the baby in my hands. Oh my God, oh my God, he kept repeating, kneeling beside me. You did this alone? I tried to speak, but my lips barely moved. Your mom, I whispered. She locked me in. Silence. Heavy, dangerous silence. Dago froze. Slowly, he turned his head. Diana, Elena, was standing behind them. For the first time since I met her, she looked afraid. What did you do? Dago asked, his voice low, shaking. It was her day. Diana, Elena snapped suddenly. Closure, cracking. Valeria's deserved one perfect day. I was not going to let. She could have died. Valeria shouted, tears trampling down her face. The baby could have died. I did not think it would happen so fast. Diana and Elena held back. But no one was listening anymore. The staff had already called an ambulance. Dago held me tightly while someone wrapped my baby in a clean cloth. And then, Dino Elena voice broke. I could not lose another daughter, she said softly. Everyone stopped. What? Diego asked, confused. Her hands trembled. I had another girl before you, she whispered, years ago, before all of you were old enough to remember. The room went still and cold. She was born during a family celebration too. Diana Elena continued, her voice cracking. Everyone said it was bad timing, that she was selfish for coming that day. I was young, scared, and I listened. Tears streamed down her face now. I ignored the pain. I delayed going to the hospital because I did not want to ruin the event. Valeria covered her mouth and she died, Doña Elena whispered. Silence, pure crushing silence. I thought, if I could just control this, if I could delay it, nothing bad would have happened this time, she said, looking at me with broken eyes. I thought I was facing the past. You were not facing anything, Diego said. Coldly, you were repeating it. Syrian echoed outside. As they carried me out on a stretcher, I looked at my daughter, tiny, Pringle, alive, and I made a promise right there. No tradition, no fear, no person would ever come before her life, not even family. Behind me, I could hear Valeria sobbing, her wedding dress stained with tears, her perfect day scattered by the truth. And Diana Elena, she collapsed to the floor, finally facing the crime of what she had done. Some secrets don't stay buried, and some mystics echo through generations until someone finally survived them. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to listen to more stories.